Dr. Haley Perlus joins us now. She's involved in sports and medicine psychology, and her book is called How to Lose the Last 10 Pounds and Keep Them Off Forever. Good morning.
Good morning.
Notice we're sitting up a little straighter now because
Right,
we're
exactly.
here.
Oh, yes.
You know, we're not talking about us here.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you look the part, you feel the part, right? So you look more confident.
Right. So this is you've created something called a holiday pass, and just sort of a plan, because I try to be fairly aware of what I'm eating, and I swear the calendar flipped to December and it all went out the window. So how do we keep it in control?
The fact is that research shows that we eat 32% more during the holidays compared to every other day.
And we're not reaching for the kale.
We're not.
Yeah, that's not 32% more
In
kale.
fact, you're trying to reach for the kale, but you're totally exposed to every other pecan pie and gravy and stuffing and whatever else you see. So it's really difficult to go for the kale when you have all this exposure. And all that exposure causes stress. And inevitably, we have these food face-offs. And even though you may deprive yourself inevitably or initially, at the end of the day, you either jump for the junk at the end of the day or tiptoe yourself around and then go for it, and you end up gaining weight in the end.
And guilty, and you have a terrible night's sleep because
Right.
you're beating yourself up.
And then the emotions stack on, and we have emotional eating.
Right. And I like what you're saying too about, like, if you deprive, then that's just going to snap and you're going to go crazy.
Well, the first three letters of the word diet is die. I'm going to die if I don't have this, right?
Right.
So it's that emotions that are building up. So I'm using sports psychology principles to help us get get control over our minds so that we can actually indulge this holiday season and still stay healthy.
Is it repeating messages? How does it work?
Couple of things. The first one is actually athletes use what we call pre-performance routines. So something I'm sure you know exactly what we're talking about.
Go through it in your
So
head.
it's either a mental exercise or actually a physical exercise that we do to not only get our bodies prepared for our performance, but also to get us feeling confident. So what I recommend is that everybody during the holidays get up early in the morning and do your exercise first thing in the morning. Even if you're a nighttime exerciser, things get in the way. Parties, planning, last minute organizations. Get your exercise first thing in the morning so that you can check it off the list and feel good about yourself, because we also know, according to lots of research and Rosie, you'll admit that when you feel good about yourselves, you make
Better
good choices. Right?
Right. And if you've already worked out in the morning,
Done.
yeah, done. And you're probably thinking more likely now, I don't want to blow everything I just worked so hard for, you know?
Exactly.
Although, if you're hungry because you've worked out, that's where I give in, because I'm thinking, I've earned these calories.
So let's go there, Leslie, because then the second psychological tool is actually maintaining your normal routine, which would be eating throughout the day,
Right.
grazing throughout the day. And I actually recommend that people set an alarm, because our routines are out of the ordinary during the holidays, right? We're not on a regular schedule. So I actually like people to set an alarm every 2 to 3 hours to remind them to eat, graze, eat something. Preferably something healthy if they have it, but just eat something so that they keep their stomachs in check.
Right.
Because then again, that emotion trumps logic. And the whole premise here with sports psychology is to bring the logic back in.
It's got to be protein, right? Because then that way it is better than... So you go for a handful of almonds as opposed to...
Yeah, protein fats, but proteins are good too, because we also use more calories to digest proteins than we do carbohydrates.
Okay.
What about staying hydrated? I mean, and we're not talking about the alcoholic beverages. I'm talking,
That comes to you later, right?
Yeah, but I'm just talking about, because a lot of times we find, we don't even realize, but we're so dehydrated. And we think we're hungry, but it's actually dehydration, and we eat. But I find that if I drink a lot of water, that does help. Do you...
So it would be the exact same principle. And a lot of us forget to drink water. I'm actually guilty of it myself. So I actually have to put in calendar reminders, Post-it notes. I'm a big fan of Post-it notes, and we'll go there in a second. But let your phone vibrate every hour or so to remind you to drink some water.
Yeah.
It will definitely help.
So tell us about the
Yeah.
notes.
So the third psychological tool is we have to set goals. My mother always told me that you never take a child into a toy store and say, we're getting your friend a gift. You can't have anything. Right? Because what does that child want to do? Everything is so cool, right? And everything becomes overvalued. But if you say to your child, you can choose one toy under $10, suddenly it's tunnel vision. And they're looking for that one toy that's under $10. Same principle here. I want you to set intentions, goals for when you go out. Are you going to go full out one night? Are you going to have a little bit every night? 2 drinks, one plate, 2 desserts, whatever it may be. In addition to those goals, we have to remind ourselves, because we can get carried away at the parties and our emotions and our feelings. So what I recommend is on your bathroom mirror,
Bathroom mirror.
Bathroom mirror. First thing you see in the morning and last thing you see when you go to sleep, right? When you're brushing your teeth.
Not always pretty.
Choose. I just chose 4 examples. You know, my body looks better than this food tastes. That would be an affirmation.
That's a good one.
Am I doing my best today, or am I doing my best to be healthy today? This would be my intention, so I'm reminding myself of my goal. 1 plate, 1 dessert, 2 drinks equals a proud me.
As opposed to 2 plates, 2 desserts,
Yeah,
4 drinks.
yeah,
Got
Exactly,
it.
so you're
Yeah.
being specific.
Equals a sad and guilty me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
then-
hangover the next day.
Yeah,
We look
exactly.
forward to that sometimes. Right?
Yeah.
And then, will the food I eat today give me the confidence for tomorrow? Because it is proven that when we look to the future, we also make more positive choices.
Oh, excellent. Well, it's great advice. Dr. Haley Perlus, she's a sports and medicine psychologist, and the book is How to Lose the Last 10 Pounds and Keep Them Off Forever. Thanks for coming
You're
in.
very welcome. Can I say one thing? If you go to fitandfirmsecrets.com, everybody can download the first chapter for free.
Oh,
so you need to go to
beautiful.
fitandfirmsecrets.com.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Great.